Me and the guys drink. Actually, if we kind of make our own drinks, me and the boys drink a vodka, soda, and lime.
Vodka, soda, and lime?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we kind of under the somewhat dubious notion that that's kind of like a relatively healthy drink.
Healthy compared to like what, Jack or like Jameson?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think it's just because it's got soda water and a bit of fruit in it. We're like, oh, it's good for you.
Yeah, well, it's healthy.
Right.
Yeah, it's got fruit in it.
Hydrating, getting your vitamins. So yeah.
It's like having sangria, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is the interview.
Right.
It's whatever we want to talk about.
Cool.
So we're here with Gus of Young Guns, and you're the lead singer, right?
I am correct. Yes, I am.
Nice, man.
For my sins.
What was that?
For my sins.
For my sins. All right. And you actually came over from England, right?
That's correct. We're from London, England, which is obviously a long way away.
Just a bit.
It's quite far, quite far. And there isn't really anything like Warped Tour in the UK or in Europe, of course. So it's quite an experience, and it's our first Warped Tour.
Nice. Did they try to do like a Warped Tour London not too long ago?
They do a Warped Tour London, which is like the branding of Warped Tour, but it's just a one-day thing.
So it's like slam dunk type of deal?
Exactly.
Okay.
Precisely. Yeah, which is cool. We've done that. That's great. But this is a whole nother ball game, you know?
Yeah.
Touring, 2 months.
I'm guessing you're waking up at like 6, 7 in the morning, having to work all day out in the sun, and then you're...
We're getting up at like 8:30. It's not too bad. And then get up, take your stuff to the stage. You never know what time you're playing, of course. So it's quite... it's a challenge sometimes. I'm not a morning person, so playing a show
I don't
at
think
11,
anyone here is.
No. That's why we joined a band.
Yes, exactly.
To get away from the mornings. We're all nocturnal.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a great place. I'm having a great time. There's a real spirit and sense of community in the Warped Tour, and it's great.
Nice. And you mentioned you were from England. Favorite football team?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Okay. That's solid.
Yeah? You approve?
I do approve, yes.
Good.
Well, anyone but Manchester City.
Yeah.
Anyone but
right.
Man City.
I don't actually, I don't actually mind City. I think they play some good football.
United, however.
Yeah. Yeah, they got our man. They got Jose Mourinho, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, we actually have season tickets to an MLS team over here, the New York Red Bulls.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of fun.
Thierry Henry played for them, right?
That he did, yes. He was from Arsenal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. There we go. So, yeah. Down with the
My
Gunners.
most hated club.
It is Arsenal. Okay.
I grew up in North London, so every little dickhead.
Yeah,
was
I'm
an
actually not too sure about like the geography of everything.
Yeah, Arsenal are a North London club. Chelsea are actually a West London club.
Okay.
And I grew up in North London, so I'm supposed to support Arsenal or Spurs, but I don't.
Okay, so like in American terms, that's like being a Giants fan from here and supporting the Dallas Cowboys, more or less. Even though you have no idea who the hell these teams are.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
well, fuck me, right?
I guess it's like it's more like the difference between the Jets and the Giants.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I guess like London clubs, because it's all very close.
Yeah.
So it depends on where your allegiances lie. But I went to a school in North London, which everybody was Spurs or Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes.
Or Arsenal. And I was a supporter of a West London club, so didn't go down well, but whatever.
What about Leicester City this year? Holy shit.
Yeah, that's remarkable. I can't believe it. I think they're getting raided for a lot of their best players. So, yeah.
So, like, if you were a Leicester fan, do you just think, like, all right, here, we see that they're building for the future, and now the future is here type of deal?
I don't know. It's difficult. I think that was a bit of a freak set of
once-in-a-lifetime thing.
circumstances.
Okay.
The odds for them to win the title at the beginning of the season were 2,000 to 1. That it has simply never happened.
Yes.
It's spoken of now as one of the greatest sporting kind of
It's got to be
freak
ever.
events of all time.
Yeah.
But it happened, and I reckon Leicester fans are probably just living in the moment and enjoying it, to be honest.
Well, who has the most, like, asshole-ish fans? I know you have the hate for Arsenal. Yeah.
Every single Arsenal supporter.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I have friends that are Arsenal supporters. But
Are they assholes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
Sorry.
your theory has been proven.
There we go.
So you've actually been on tour with Breaking Benjamin a lot over in the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was that? Were you like a big Breaking Benjamin fan beforehand, or?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I think they're just they're an example of a band that write very, very accomplished, kind of really, really great melodies, kind of very strong, modern, like good rock music. I mean, they're not a band that had ever come over to the UK.
Yeah.
So I never was exposed to them when I was a kid. It was only as I got older and started listening to, kind of finding my own music tastes and traveling and stuff. But they're brilliant. They're actually, in terms of the tours that we've ever done, they probably took we probably were taken care of the best that we've ever been taken care of
Really?
by the guys in Breaking Benjamin.
Wow. That's awesome. Like, usually openers are like, yeah, we never see the headliners, or the headliners are assholes to them, but...
It wasn't like that at all.
Wow.
They have like a family atmosphere, and I became very close with all of them, and it was some of the best touring I've ever been a part of.
It's awesome.
Really good.
Yeah. What other tours have you been on?
Over here?
Yeah, randomly.
Seether was our first ever tour,
Jeez, nice.
which wasn't bad. Yeah, it was pretty great. We've done a tour with Bullet for My Valentine, band called 10 Years.
Of course, 10 years.
We played with Hailstorm. We played with a whole bunch of bands, to be honest.
Wow,
We've
Jesus.
We've been very spoiled since we've come over here.
You've quite
You meet
a...
Six, friends of ours.
Oh, yeah,
toured
you
with
mean Six, yeah. They're actually getting pretty big over here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
aren't they,
getting
like, massive over in England?
huge.
Yeah. It's like the same thing with, like, Enter Shikari.
Yeah.
Like, they're ginormous over there. They're headlining, like, a stage at Download. They come over here and they play, like, a 500-person club. You're like, what the...
Yeah, but you know what? That's the build. That's what you got to do. And they're only playing those arenas at home because they started playing those 500 cap clubs. And
Yeah.
the bands that you've spoken of are all bands that work really hard and are passionate about music. And, you know, I think they'll get where they want to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Whatever happened to Feeder?
I don't know. That's not a question I expected to be asked. I don't know.
No, we ask whatever the hell comes to mind.
They just they were very popular for a long time in the UK.
They came over to the U.S. like once, and that was like it. And apparently, they sold terribly.
Okay.
That was the rumor that I heard.
Well, you have a big country with a lot of people in it,
Yeah.
and it's very difficult to get out to people, to expose, you know, to kind of get your band out there. And the way the music industry works over here, the radio formats and everything like that is very different. We have nationalized radio, so we have radio stations that just go across the whole country in the UK, and things like that I think make it really easy or easier to get like a head start. Over here you just have to get in a van and go, you know.
Yeah.
Play to 2 people, play to 10 people, play to 30 people. Hopefully it builds. Some bands don't have the appetite to do it over here because it's a big place and it's hard.
Yeah, that's true. And how difficult is it for like a band coming overseas to tour in America?
It's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult. It's extremely expensive. It's extremely tiring. It's extremely unlikely to bear fruit. But, you know, I think we have always been of the opinion that we would play to anyone, anywhere that would watch us. You know, and so we didn't mind playing to 2 people, 5 people, 10 people. We've never had that issue. It doesn't bother us. However, we have been quite spoiled, like I say.
Yes.
All this touring that we've done, we've consistently played to large amounts of people almost all of the time. So I don't really feel like I'm in that much of a position to preach about the grind, because over here we've had it lucky. We've had it easy. Also helps for us. We had some success at radio quite quickly, which surprised us. So, you know, it is hard. It's very difficult to get over here. But
And your success was, what was it, Bones, was it, Dan? Yeah. Getting played on Sirius XM.
That was our first ever single.
Wow, you're a 1 for 1.
Yeah, right. That was our
How
first.
many bands can actually say that shit?
Well, we have released singles since that have not gone to number 1, but it's pretty good. First single, number 1. We'll take that.
Wow, that's awesome. Dan, any questions since I'm hogging the mic?
So is there any date on the tour that you dread? You know, for not for the people, but for like the weather or anything?
Well, we started in Texas. Did 3 dates. It's like blazing heat.
I imagine.
And then we did Florida. So we started extremely hot. I'm sure Arizona's going to kick the shit out of us, but that's okay. Vegas I'm terrified of, but not because of the weather.
No. Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes. And that's why I'm terrified of what's going to happen to me and my band.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Do you have an off date, like, around Vegas or not?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're
Again,
fucked. You're fucked.
that's why
You're
I'm
fucked.
terrified of Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand if you didn't have the off day and you're just passing through. Okay, no.
Yeah, that would be okay.
Yeah.
But no, we're there for quite a long time, like 2 days. So
Oh, my God.
I think so.
You could do a
anyway.
lot of damage in Vegas.
Yeah, we will. We will do a lot
We
of
will,
damage.
okay.
It's not going to go very well. It's going to be terrible. But, you know.
Do you have a game of choice?
I'm not a good gambler because I'm not very good at knowing when to quit. So
Well, that's called being a gambler.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't-
But I'm also just not a very good gambler. Like I'm not very tactical. I just like to have fun. I'm not a big.
So you're like a slot machine type of person?
No. I like roulette.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's kind of cool. You know.
The whole concept of roulette is awesome. You
Right.
spin a ball. It's not like blackjack where you could like fuck
But
up the
that's
hands.
why
or
I
something
like
like
it
that.
because it's kind of chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously all card games and stuff are chance to some
Yeah.
degree, but I like the idea. It's like there's only so good. You can be tactical with your kind of what you bet on and how much you bet.
Yeah.
But I like that it's down to the gods. You know, I like that. That's kind of cool. It means I lose my money though. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a chance you're willing to take. Have you ever gotten into craps? Craps?
no, but
Dice?
I've been told that's the one. To
You
play.
lose a lot or you win a lot
Yeah.
in a matter of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it this time.
But the best game with the best odds, Baccarat.
I don't know how to play that.
I don't know either. Learn it.
Okay.
I swear to you, I think you'll be able to buy Warped Tour after you
All right,
spend a
I'll
day in
do
Vegas.
that. That's what I'll do. Thank you.
All right, so you actually have an album coming out in September, was it, Dan?
Yep.
All right, and it was called Echoes?
Yes.
Nice, man. How's the recording in that all? Is everything all finished, or?
Yeah, it's all done. It was the quickest we've ever written and the quickest we've ever recorded an album. We wrote it in 8 weeks and we recorded it in 5.
Wow.
So very quickly. We did it here in New Jersey. We did it in David Bendeth's studio, the House of Loud studios, with David Bendeth. And it was just a really exciting time for us. We had a new member join the band and felt like we were kind of starting again. It was a really exciting, kind of spontaneous time.
Oh, that's awesome. And what label is that coming out of?
Wind Up.
Oh, it's on Wind Up. Wow. A lot of good bands on Wind Up.
Yeah, they've been really good to us. You know, they've supported us since day one. And you hear a lot of kind of about labels in general. People are very kind of cynical, and they are a business, and they're they are the meeting point between an art and a business, and those two things don't typically go well together. But we have a very supportive team behind us who have enabled us to keep coming back here, to work hard. They don't look at the bottom line; they look at the band, and they're passionate about it, and that's that's
Yeah, it's not like.
humbling.
Are they an offshoot of Warner Brothers? I thought they were an offshoot of something.
No.
No?
They're now they were bought by a parent company. But please don't ask me to go into the business of it because I get confused and I don't know.
So you're basically like, all right, this contract looks legit. Let me sign it.
Yeah, that looks fine.
Yeah, whatever. What was this? 10 albums, $100,000? Yeah, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of label nightmares out there. So
Yeah, it happens to all bands at some point or another. You got to have your wits about you and be surrounded by people that have your best interests at heart, and that can be hard. But it's the game we play. It's a tricky thing.
and it's a fucked up business.
Yeah, and it's also a business that's falling apart.
Yeah.
So the existing model of the music industry is completely decimated.
Well, especially with like social media, like you could make a career on YouTube and that's it.
So it's a gigantic leviathan of an industry, right? Based around the idea of selling music.
Yeah.
However, people do not buy music anymore. It simply does not happen. I mean, in the UK now, granted it's smaller than over here, but 65 million people, and on a slow week you can get into the top 10 with like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 copies.
Where like back 10 years ago, 10, 20 years ago, you need at least like a couple 100,000?
Right.
Yeah.
So that the industry is dead as in kind of its existing model, and now everyone's just trying to figure out ways to make money, and that's why labels are kind of becoming harder to deal with, and bands are becoming more kind of it's a weird time, but there will always be a place for music in the world, and I think people will adapt and figure out new ways of making money, and you just have to be smart.
I hear you there. All right, so Dan, any more questions you have on there? Yeah.
Last one. So do you guys do anything individually to promote yourselves on YouTube? Like any individual like lesson videos or, vocal videos or recording, anything like that?
I would never do, that's not for me. Our drummer, Chris Camerata, he's a fantastic drummer, and he has a lot of does a lot of YouTube like sessions, videos, recording. He's got like a good studio space with a kit, and he kind of does covers and all that kind of stuff, and that's really cool. For me, no, I wouldn't do something like that.
It's funny with drummers. We see that a lot, like the Word of Alive. The guy from Breaking Benjamin used to do a lot of videos, so even the new drummer from Breaking Benjamin does videos, so it's crazy to see that the drummers, it's like a thing
now. And I think that's kind of cool. It's like a little subculture that exists now of this group of drummers, which is really cool. I like that. That's an example of how the industry is changing.
I think that's it, Gus.
Great.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for the
Enjoy
chat.
the rest of the tour.
Will do.
Hell yeah, man.